Hello, welcome again to Virtual Space 3D. I'm Amanda Bush. Our monthly program reports on the latest exciting progress in the commercial development and scientific exploration of space. In this month's show, I begin with a report on a flock of satellites flying away from the International Space Station. Then I will talk about new Earth observatories in orbit, Google and Jeff Bezos in space, and the latest news from our Moon and Mars robot explorers. As reported last month, the Orbital Sciences Cygnus spacecraft carried 33 small satellites with the cargo it delivered to the International Space Station. The company Nanorox has a deal with the Japanese Space Agency to deploy satellites from Japan's ISS module using a special deployment device built by the company. Satellite owners pay Nanorox to deploy their satellites from the station. This has three advantages. It is cheaper and simpler than arranging for a launch directly to orbit on a rocket. The satellites can be checked out to ensure that they are in working order before deployment, and the deployments are far milder and smoother than the violent shaking and noise of a rocket launch. The company Planet Labs calls its satellites Dove, and it sent a flock of 28 doves to the ISS. The doves will take images of the Earth for near constant coverage of much of the globe. The images made with the small cameras on the nanosats have much lower resolution than the best SpaceSats, but they are still sharp enough for many applications. The nanosats are in low orbits and will enter the atmosphere after just 2 or 3 years. However, the low cost of the satellites and of the ISS deployment means they can easily replace them. The deployments began on February 11th, 2 at a time. As of February 19th, 16 doves had been released. The next phase of deployments will start on February 25th. Images from several new low-cost Earth observation spacecraft have begun to be released, such as these from Planet Labs. Skybox has released both images and short video clips taken by its first satellite in orbit. They plan eventually to put 24 satellites into space. Axel Space is a Japanese company that put a nanosat into orbit last fall that is specialized for observing Arctic ice. It has also now begun to generate imagery. Cast is a Canadian firm that has worked with Russian partners on an Earth observation system for the International Space Station. Their 2 cameras were installed on the outside of the station on January 27 by 2 cosmonauts. Although the camera initialization was going well, they have not yet released any images from the cameras. Speaking of new satellites, there are rumors that Google is planning a huge constellation consisting of as many as 1,600 satellites. The satellites are said to provide global broadband services. Google is a major investor in the O3b network's constellation of satellites that aims to provide broadband services to the other 3 billion people in the developing world who do not yet have access to the Internet. Perhaps the new project is an expansion of O3b to provide additional broadband options to the other billions on the globe. Google recently agreed to lease the Hangar 1 building on the NASA Ames Center site in Mountain View, California. The enormous building was once used to house Navy airships. It needs major remodeling after the outer covering was removed due to asbestos contamination. Google has not specified what they will use Hangar 1 for, but has hinted that space-related projects will use it. Perhaps it will be the headquarters of their grand space invasion force. Jeff Bezos of Amazon.com fame has been a fervent space enthusiast since he was young. He created the company Blue Origin several years ago to pursue development of low-cost space vehicles. The company has been very secretive about its plans, but occasionally they release some hints at what they are doing and a video or two. For example, they flew a suborbital vehicle in 2011 a few times before it became unstable during a flight and crashed. As part of a NASA partnership agreement, they worked on various technologies needed for a reusable orbital crew vehicle. This included an abort system that would shoot the crew module away from an exploding booster. Recently they have revealed details of the development of a powerful engine fueled by liquid hydrogen and oxygen. The 100,000-pound thrust engine will be used initially to power their suborbital space vehicle and later be part of the propulsion system for their orbital vehicle. The FAA just approved a renewal of the license of a site in West Texas where Blue Origin test flies their vehicles. The environmental impact document indicates that there could be as many as 30 flights per year from the site. The plan is to develop a fully reusable suborbital system for tourism and science applications and use the knowledge gained from it to build a reusable orbital launch vehicle. After the crash in 2011, Blue Origin spokespersons said they were already building the next prototype vehicle and the failure was only a minor setback. With the new engine now ready, perhaps we will soon see it lifting a new Blue Origin vehicle to suborbital space from West Texas. China's Jade Rabbit rover on the Moon apparently has some sort of mechanical problem that developed just before its second lunar night. When the night ended 2 weeks later, there were rumors that Yuta could not be revived, but eventually news came that it was in fact communicating with controllers. There has been little information provided since by the Chinese Space Agency. Another night just descended on the rover, which apparently did not move at all during the lunar day. Meanwhile, on Mars the Curiosity rover has been dealing with wheel problems by rolling in reverse to try to even out the wear from sharp rocks. To get to a smoother route the rover also crossed successfully over a sand dune for the first time. And that odd rock that appeared out of nowhere next to Opportunity was confirmed to be a shard of debris kicked up by one of Opportunity's wheels. The mystery of the jelly donut was solved by comparing the rock's features and composition to that of rock the rover had rolled over. From orbit, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has detected what appears to be some sort of muddy streaks periodically flowing down the sides of steep hillsides. The best guess so far is that this is caused by water that is melted in the sun, but is salty enough not to evaporate instantly in the very thin Martian atmosphere. If this is confirmed, it would be the first time liquid water was observed flowing outside of Earth. That's the end of this show. Join us again next month for the latest news from the frontiers of space exploration and commercial space flight. I'm Amanda Bush. Good night and ad astra.